Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I almost said iCarly there. And welcome to the MadMen stream this evening. I am Daydream, and I am here with my boy Joe. How's it going, brother?
That's me. That's my name. You say it, I shall appear. Things are going okay on my part, I'd say. Very nice, relaxing Monday. I have the day off, which is very, very surprising, which is the reason why I'm even here to cast this set of games. And I'm very much hoping it does go 2-3, because no one ever enjoys watching a complete 2-0 domination.
I would completely agree. I think I have more of a stake in this as well, because I have my laundry out right now, and I'd quite like it to be done. I'd quite like to be outside for the most maximum of time, if you know what I mean, in this weather.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I've had my laundry out since yesterday because I honestly can't be fucked to bring it in.
That is absolutely that's so based, honestly. But what if it rains? Then what?
I mean, it is England. There is always a chance, but with how the weather has been recently, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue.
Now, before we came online, I'm gonna put you on the spot for this, Joe.
Okay.
We learned some stuff about Quiz PC,
Yes.
and I'd like you to repeat what you said to me off stream.
Oh yeah, no, that's very simple. The reason why Quee is having trouble with his PC is because the PC is feeling quite queasy right now.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
What can I
Right.
say?
Anyway, what's our matchup for tonight? We have MadMen. Which one is it? Is that Origins versus Afterlife. Super Saiyan Afterlife Rose Quartz.
I don't understand why they're called MadMen Origins when they're in Division 3.
What do you think they should be
It's
called?
yeah, I'm the original. I'm the third worst.
You have to take it up with Jonas or Damon for the naming of the teams. What would you name it?
MadMen, I don't know how we won last split, but we did.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. That's a bit of a long name, though. How would you shorten it?
Clue, to be honest. Just MadMen. I don't know.
MadMen Dong. Anyway, right. In my previous cast with people, I have asked them what their favorite fast food order is. So, to you, Joe, I put, what is your favorite McDonald's order?
In terms of McDonald's, none of it, because it's all absolute crap, and the 4 years that I worked there made me really hate my life.
Dominus had that same effect on me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like your first sort of job in whatever region it is will make you question your sanity and your life choices moving up to that point in time.
Fair enough. All right, what is your fast food of choice then?
I mean, if we're talking pizza,
Oh, go on then.
I went through this like cycle. At first, I enjoyed Pizza Hut, then had Domino's. I was like, oh, that's better. Had
Are you on
Domino's
Papa
for a while,
John's?
and now I've moved on to Papa John's. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my stuff.
Yeah. What's your order for Papa John's?
Papa John's, I like to have nice chicken and bacon, and when they do have it, they have this like ranch dressing they put on top. Love it
Yeah.
so much.
That does sound.
I do love me some ranch, and also, as it turns out, cool original Doritos are actually just ranch flavored because for some reason people in England don't understand what ranch is.
So now let's look at this matchup then.
So in
Origins
terms of the
versus
actual
Rose Quartz.
yeah, in terms of the actual teams themselves, ManMen are currently in joint first place, along with two other teams in Mug Machines and Celestial Light. Although out of those teams, Celestial Light is the only team to have not lost at this point in time. MadMen and Machines have both taken a loss each, and they are facing Rose Quartz that are currently down in 7th. So at this point in time, they would still be able to make it into playoffs. but they really do need to start winning in order to secure their place. And if my very, very quick estimations are correct, if MadMen win here, then they're guaranteed playoffs no matter what happens in the last remaining games. And for Afterlife, just getting a win here just gives them a more of a safety net to ensure that they don't need to make as many perfect games as they need to afterwards.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
It looks like MadMen have a lot going for them then in securing that route into playoffs. Any players we should be watching out for in particular?
In terms of the players that I see on the side of Afterlife, I am going to be honest. I don't know any of them. I haven't I haven't played with any of them. I haven't faced any of them during my time in VO. So I honestly don't know what to say about them. I would much rather see their actions show me the reason why I should care. In terms of the side of MadMen, I have played with three of them, and I have seen two of them play. Levity and Quee, the previous winners of Division 3, staying in MadMen Division 3.
Mhm.
Very good bot lane, probably one of the better ones at this point in time. I don't know what their competition is like, but if they played anything like that, like they did in the last split, those two alone are going to be very hard to beat. Ignitar, I have played with. I have won in his organization. I have played with him in his organization. I know for a fact that he is a finalist in Division 1 two times in a row, so why is he in Division 3? Who knows? Isaro, played with, great guy, very chill, knows exactly what to say to get to keep everyone on the right page, on the same page. And then Curly in the mid lane, great lad. Love him a lot. I wish he would give me more kisses.
All right, fair enough. Right, we have an update on draft from based on what Jonas is saying. Support is still having technical issues.
Mm. Okay,
So,
well,
so just to update you, just to update you, Queez PC is still feeling a little bit queasy, and what that
taking
means is
my
they're
joke
testing out
nicely.
the PC. Otherwise, I have to either use one of their subs, or they have to reschedule the game, meaning bans will be lost if the game is rescheduled. And yeah, just gotta wait to hear back from Queez PC to see what's happened.
Yeah, I do know that if Quee cannot make it, it does mean that MadMen will lose some bans, much like how Rose Quartz would do as well because of their late lineup submission. I do know that Ignitar can play support if needed. That's what he had played in the last split. With what we are hearing, Quee has just joined. It's now time to see if the PC can stay stable for a while, and if not, more waiting, I guess.
Well, I mean, if they get into game, it's half an hour worth of pauses they can have, right?
Yes, well, no, it's only 15 minutes. Each team has 15 minutes, respectively, of the half an hour time limit. Mm,
All right. Looks like we're getting into draft now, which is great news. So Quiz PC got some medicine. All right.
yes, so, as I said, because Afterlife did post a late lineup submission, they are going to lose at least three of their bands. I think it's only three. I could be wrong, but either way, in this fearless draft that everyone's doing, is it also in Division 3? Is it
Yes.
in all divisions? It's in all
Yes. Yes.
divisions.
Yes.
Because of this means that MadMen are going to be able to get 3 champions, which they think are absolute top priority, ones that are most likely going to be banned anyway, and they can get them in straight away. MadMen did also choose to be on the red side, which does mean that they do get that final counter pick.
Who do you think that counterpick's gonna go for then?
Now,
Who do you
as I
think they're
said,
saving?
I don't know what anyone plays on the side of Afterlife. I have like I've pretty much been forced into doing this casting because Jonas said that he would not kiss me anymore.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. We're The MadMen casters are now unionizing. Uh, Joe, you're our president, and we want strike rights.
I just want to be that one person who just sits in a room doing nothing but watching cat videos.
Right. We've got Jinx and a Nami ban from the side of MadMen.
Yeah, it seems to be very bot side heavy in terms of their bands, most likely wanting to try and win through the bot lane, put the opposing bot side on something which they're a bit less comfortable on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Maokai, good ban overall. It's just a very good jungler. The ultimate in itself is just very rough to deal with.
Yeah.
But it's now time to see the first champion picked of this draft.
Blind Amumu.
Amumu. Yep. Very simple. It is a champion that can go jungle, can go support. We saw it go support on the Thursday, when MadMen faced, I don't remember what team it was in Division 1. It was actually one of the bigger reasons why they won that game as well. So there is that nice flex options for it. Same thing can be said with the Volibear as well.
Yeah, the Volibear going top or jungle, Amumu jungle or support. Nice little flex options. Do you think they're going to rely on the flex a little bit here then?
Just allows you to essentially say, hey, you don't know where this is going, so you still have to ban either of the 2 lanes that this is going in, and then we can decide from there. But Lucian 100%, which is most likely going to go straight down into that bot lane. Although MadMen actually did get rid of one of Lucian's biggest supports that goes well with him, the chemistry in the Nami. But there's still plenty of others that can go well with him.
Yeah. There's the Braum. I love the Lucian Braum combination since it came out.
Bromshin, as I like to call it.
Braumshin. MF Amumu, the curse of the sad mummy.
Mm-hmm. I
Maybe
will
shaping
say
up.
that if you don't pick Brom here,
Yeah.
you are pretty much saying, hey, this is one of the easiest Braum picks imaginable for Queen.
Unless Rose Quartz do a pivot and pick the Braum themselves and have those 3 engage options.
But yeah, no, that's what I mean. If you don't go the Brom here, you're essentially saying, you're basically saying to MadMen, take it. Make
Yeah.
make Misfortune useless.
Yeah, and Ari and other things as well.
Yes. At least with the Ari, her mobility that comes with her ultimate, and just like I said, Braum
Yeah.
straight away locked in. It's going to make it is going to make this Misfortune's life a lot tougher to deal with. You can also potentially start trying to ban out more supports if you want to as well.
I do think that Amumu's going into the bot lane.
Yeah, there is also that, but it's like it's the case of like a lot of the champions that work well with Misfortune don't go well into Braum. So
No.
you can just say, hey, we're fine with whatever down in this lane. We're going to start banning in other areas, possibly even assuming that this Amumu is in the bot side because of the Gragas ban, but it is still a top ban as well. Once
Twisted
again,
Fate
just
ban
trying
coming
to
in from Esports.
just
Sorry.
trying to get rid of some of that flexibility that Afterlife do have. Afterlife, their first ban, getting rid of the Twisted Fate, potentially just not wanting to have that serious presence on the map that champion does have.
Mm.
I don't know if he got buffed recently or not.
No idea, to be honest.
I
Jana
should
coming
have.
through now.
Yeah, that's okay. Possibly one of like the few things which Braum can struggle with. But again, I don't understand why you would ban it because what Jenna wants to do is not what Amumu and Misfortune want to do.
Yeah. Correct, yeah. Completely agree with that. Amumi wants to dive in. Misfortune wants to get as many things as she can in her role.
In her ultimate, yes, and then there's Jenna being like, "Be gone, get away
Yeah.
from me."
We're going to get a LeBlanc ban. So that's 2 mid lane bans now coming through from Rose Quartz.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if I generally do not know how many champions Ignite are in the top lane plays, but they could say, "Hey, it's too many to ban. Let's
Yeah.
just focus on the mid lane."
What would you pick into the Ari here if you're the MadMen right now?
I don't know. I don't. The last time I played mid lane was when I first started the game with Garen.
Well, we got a Hui.
Yeah, very good all-round mage, lots of damage, good poke. It will make the Ari's life harder. Although I do think come level 6, Ari has the slight advantage. But in terms of team fight, Hawaii does a lot more.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it
we are-
is. It's a
yeah.
Rakan.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all right into the Braum. You can go in, knock up, and eat out quite easily without getting the stacks hit on you too much. But I will
Yeah.
say it's pretty much impossible pre-level 6 to be able to hit this Lucian if the Lucian keeps his dash, because Rakan goes in, tries to knock up, Lucian simply dashes out of the circle. It's very hard to do. And we also see a Gnar in the top lane, quite an obnoxious champion, so it's going to be interesting to see what
Aurelia
will want to pick into it. I generally don't know the counters to Gnar.
I think Aurelia is one of them. Oh. Cho'Gath.
Okay, so just wanting to focus on getting tanky and stacking up.
Indeed. So, looking at these comps right now, what are you thinking? Which comp do you prefer?
Well, you have the sheer wombo combo factor on the side of Afterlife. The Gnar ultimate into the Amumu ultimate into the Rakan multi what's it called again? Multi-charm into knock up, Misfortune having a very easy time into doing that. I will say it will be very tough to get past the front line that MadMen do have, the Cho'Gath, the Braum. Very, very big, beefy targets. And honestly, like, they're... In terms of, like, consistent damage, Afterlife don't really have it. They're looking for that burst, and once that burst is done, they have to retreat, pretty much.
Hmm.
On the side of MadMen, you have got, you know, a Pokia away. You do have a Lucian that can bring out some nice damage, but he's a bit more shorter range unless he is using his ultimate. And after like half an hour, you're just going to have a choke out that can pretty much walk up to that misfortune, press a single button, and bye bye.
Yep.
I have been there before.
As we're just going through the draft phase in the actual client now. So we're gonna do 2 drafts and then a spectator delay and then get into game. The
Yep.
one thing that doesn't fit into the Rose Quartz comp for me though, weirdly, for some reason, I feel like that Ari should have been an Oriana.
Yeah, I can see that, but I can also see it as not wanting to put all of your eggs into one basket, because having a overall idea on what you want with the draft is a great thing to have. It's also fine to have one champion that doesn't fit that mold, because then that at least gives you some options if things don't go right.
I see it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you can still have the Ari go onto the side lanes if you want to, push some waves, get some pressure on the tower, potentially use her ultimate to get away quite easily as well, and that's potentially bringing up 2, possibly even 3 people. So then you have all of your team fight ammunition essentially with that. With the with the misfortune, with the Rakan, still in that one place, dealing with significantly better odds. And it's just like on the side of MadMen. Hwei doesn't fit a crazy amount, but the amount of damage he can put out before a fight even begins will be enough to allow everyone else to be able to do their job easily and more efficiently as well.
So you've told me how these comps work. You've told me about the mold and things that don't fit it. Which comp do you personally prefer? Which comp do you think is going to come out on top?
It really depends, to be honest, because I feel like you have... It is a very hard one, all things considered. I do think the bot side of MadMen is better, because, like I said, the Braum just makes the misfortune so useless if the Braum can play it well. The Gnar should be able to bully this Cho'Gath enough for Cho'Gath to not be able to get much of anything. Although when it comes to a tank like Cho'Gath, once Cho'Gath hits 2 items, he doesn't really care anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like it just depends upon the respect given at the start. If the Lucian can get ahead, it's going to be very rough to deal with. If the Gnar can get ahead, or the Sari can get ahead, that might be enough of a spanner in the works to make Afterlife be able to get through this in a win. I still feel like it's 55-45 more in favor of MadMen, but I'm also putting into account the fact that I know these players, I know how they work, the fact that MadMen are joint first at this point in time as well. So either way, I think Afterlife will be having to fight an uphill battle as it stands, but this is a good first draft.
Yes. I
If
do
it
like
just wasn't, if it just wasn't for the Braum.
Yeah. I do see ways that Afterlife can get in, but that Braum Shield's gonna do a lot of work.
Yes,
Against
so
a lot of their abilities.
It's really going to come down to this Gnar potentially just throwing the Braum out of the way to allow the Amumu and the Misfortune to get that ulti wombo off.
Or just baiting that shield out early enough so that they can use all their engage options as soon as they become available.
Yeah, no, this Braum has to play smart in every team fight.
Gotta save the shield for when the Misfortune comes in.
Yeah, exactly. If Afterlife can hit their buttons quickly enough, they might be able to CC the Braum long enough so that the Braum cannot even shield the Misfortune ultimate.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to get into the game. As someone who is more of a neutral spectator, I just want to see bodies fly. I
I
want to
would like to
see,
see the bodies hit the floor, as it were, as well.
yes, along with that very long multi-second scream of floor.
How was your multi-second scream?
Um, I'm not going to do it because I'm having a rest day for my voice. Because, as it turns out, when you are a voice actor, you need to have some rest days.
Hmm. Very nice. Right, we got 1 minute left, just about, before we get into the game. We still don't have the Gamba up. We will eventually. Who do we want to see win? I mean, like you said, Joe. I'm also a neutral spectator. I want to see blood.
Yeah, I don't. Generally speaking, when it comes to these sort of lower, what am I trying to say? These lower elo tournaments, it's just more about the fights and everything else. You're not watching these for the macro and micro plays and seeing how they transfer the lead from one objective to another and using their tempo. You just want to see heads bashing against each other.
Yeah. I want to see the bonobos bonobo.
The way we should be getting into game very shortly.
Yeah.
Here we are. Now,
That
I'm
fist
not.
is in a weird position.
Yeah, I am not expecting either team to start to go for any sort of crazy invade.
I mean, I will say that I think MadMen could get away with the brawl and the concussive blows.
Yeah, possibly.
Any interesting sorts of runes? You got a lot of mobility from the Rakan with the Nimbus Quick Celerity. Demolish there as well, looking to put a lot of pressure on. Other than that, Conqueror from the Gnar, though, isn't something you see very often.
No, but I can somewhat understand it. When you're going against a lot of enemies that are very close range, you can just sort of abuse the range that you have to be able to get the stacks from it quite easily.
I realised that when you see the summoner spell, sometimes they show you the ult instead. Oh, there's an invader coming in. W is there. The bandage toss lands. Knock up lands. There's going to be another bandage toss, which Aratar throws the other way, but Minik has to flash.
Yeah,
Pretty big for the early game.
Yeah, it's very big for the early game. You essentially get that pressure on the mid side. It does allow the
And the
enemy
TP.
to it's very good for the side of Afterlife.
Conversely, we might be
minion
looking at a
can
Winter's Bite
come
coming
down.
through from the bot lane. Quee's walking up now. Misfortune walking towards the river. But now Levity will just be able to free hit on this wave, which is nice.
Yeah, I feel like
landing.
I do feel like in those situations, like I understand you want to go for the misfortune, but since the Rakan is there, just go for him.
Hit the first target.
Exactly. Like chances are that the Rakan is not going W first, especially if they're not trying to cheese. Most likely, possibly going for the Q. So that just means that you get an easy stun. So free damage.
Rakan doesn't have much mobility right now. Kerry did an interesting thing, to be fair, where he starts Q and then pokes them down and then goes W.
Yeah, I mean, like Rakan's Q is a strong ability. The fact that it deals damage and heals two people as well. a lot of people I do think underestimate its usefulness.
Yeah, as a Rakan player, I would completely agree. I should be using it a lot more.
But it just comes down to like when it's actually useful to throw out.
Now, I think both junglers passed in opposite directions. I mean, we started with blue going down to bot side, Volibear's going towards their top side. Both sides have vision on their tri-brushes leading into their lanes. Very nice.
Yeah. I do wonder what build the Misfortune is going to go, because you do have to get through 3 quite beefy people. So like going like crits primarily does make sense, but then you could also potentially see the fact that it's like, hey, my job here is to kill the 2 squishies and that's it. So you know, going lethality does also make sense, but with the PTA?
Where's the attack?
Okay, you are looking more towards the crit build.
Relying on the damage you get from the ultimate after standing for a very long time. We'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah. We'll know for a fact once we see either like the Vampiric Scepter or the I don't even remember like the 1000 gold League Fantasy item.
Duck. Volibear now on the bot side, looking for the stun. Winter Spite land, one more auto attack for a stun. Will there be a flash from the Volibear? He doesn't flash, uses the battle dance to get out. Rakan uses the battle dance to get out.
Yeah, I do think Lucian had to be there a lot earlier, if not at least going down where the wave is to be able to cut off the Rakan.
They're not landing in the top, but that does a lot of damage early. But Ignitar just go to walk away and get a little bit of a knockout onto the Gnar. Yeah, I mean this bot lane, I think Lucian Braum will inherently have the push with the way that they synergize. MF Rakan. Yeah, I kind of would have preferred to see the Amumu support. With the,
I mean, like I can see why you would want both on a team. Definitely for effect.
Oh, stepping forward now. Three stages of concussive blows, but another battle dance away from Dan.
Yeah, so it's like small little skirmishes here and there, so sort of feeling each other out, understanding what they do. So yeah, I think we just have to wait like another 5-10 minutes until something actually happens for effect. I also don't understand why the Braum is using his shields so nonchalantly.
We'll have to see the effect that will have. This nonchalance.
Yeah, you don't really want to be trigger happy with that shield. Like, you want to discipline yourself at this point in time, because if you know that the shield is going to be useful later on, you want to ensure that you're not getting that thing that just wants to press it at even the smallest bit.
Yeah.
Of distress.
I completely agree. The Braum has to save it for the really big misfortune. As you see, a Razor going for the first dragon. Part 1 of 3 for the objective feat.
The good thing about this lane, if you're the side of Lucian Braum, is that you're never ever going to really be pushing because of Misfortune's passive. Like, the wave is pretty much always going to be coming into you, so long as you don't hit AoE hit the minions.
Now, MF Rakan almost hitting 6. They're going to hit 6 just before Levity and Kui.
Yeah, but look at the Misfortune's mana. She does not have enough to be able to use it, so it doesn't matter.
Volibear now here, looking for a lane gank. Concussive blows, lands the stun. The knock up there from the Rakan. The heal there from the Rakan. But panic. Panda's about to go down. Concussive blows will go. Stun and a double kill for the Volibear using the flash and the ultimate.
Yeah,
Very,
very
very
good
nicely
gank.
done.
Very good gank. Yeah,
And
using the HP advantage that the Volibear has, the leap with the ultimate, being able to get in close range, understanding the fact that this bot side of the Misfortune and Rakan just did not have the mana to be able to fight back. Yeah, very good.
Trigger's now
Very
looking to fight into this now. Just coming out of mini, knock up back there as well. And
Flash.
yeah, and the flash is used. Aratar though, going straight for the Void Grub. Volibear now coming in. Quay and Braum also in the area, but it looks like they're going to get at least one of them. Trigath is roaming down. Aratar gets knocked up by Ignitar, and the stun comes through, and the feat of warfare is claimed as Volibear goes on a killing spree.
Yeah, like this is such a massive tempo advantage for the side of MadMen. Getting 3 kills on the Volibear is
We have a
insane.
1v1 on the
It's
bot lane.
really
The culling
good.
is up for Levity, and he's just going to go for it. The bullet time got used in an attempt to try and out damage it, but the culling does so much damage. I do apologise, Joe, I interrupted you there.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. You know, as a play-by-play, you see action happening, you talk about said action.
This tempo shift now in the favour of MadMen is insane.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I genuinely don't understand why, as a Misfortune, you are going for that 1v1. Like, Lucian wins that pretty much every single time. The only way that you do win that is if you can somehow bait the ultimate and you know the culling and the dash from Lucian, and even then it's a bit finicky.
So we're looking at now a 2k gold lead for MadMen at 9 minutes. A lot of
Yeah,
it is on
and
that Volibear.
it's possibly also just going to get more and more as well. Like, Lucian already has his first item in the Essence Reaver before 10 minutes. So Lucian is no longer going to have any sort of mana issues from this point onwards. So the Lucian can just keep on spamming.
I saw a build in the LCK, I think it was Gimiyushi actually, where so Levity here has press the attack, but Gimiyushi used Electrocute with an army, which I found interesting.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you do really only go the HQ if it's Nami because of the burst damage that
Oh,
that
the
you have
E.
with the Nami. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they got vision in this brush right now. But they are looking to lane gank because the Rakan and the Rakan is pushed up, as is the Misfortune.
Oh, yeah, they both are.
The fish is going to come through, baby. MF gets absolutely jumped on by everybody. The Glacial Fish are used now, done now, stunned by the concussive blows, and a double kill there for Levity. Very, very nice wraparound from Ice Arrow and Quee.
Yeah, you can see why they put so much focus on this bot side.
Oh, but the
Because-
Vanish Dust that lands from Orator onto Quee. Will he go back in for it? No, because Ice Arrow is there to cover him.
Yeah, it would be very risky to try and get that kill under support when you know for a fact that you have just seen the gank happen on the bot side.
Now, Cosmic Drive first item for Volibear.
I don't know.
I'm not too sure about Volibear optimization either, to be honest.
You know, when it comes to jungle primarily, I don't know anything. I am the last person you come to when it comes to things in the jungle.
Ignitar now double though. He has just flashed away. He did have to flash away. Reach now going under the tower. You're almost at his mega form. Araitaz is now here. We'll have the bandage toss up. Done as well with the Araitaz just goes in, presses his R button, and walks out.
The Ratar killing Ignitar.
That sounds like an old that sounds like a. But on the other side, the Drake does get picked up. Araitaz versus Ignitar sounds like an old battle from ancient pharaohs.
Yeah, I will say I don't really think that the flash was needed.
What, from a Mumu?
Yeah.
Minik now taking a charm. Gonna get propped with the electrocute, but Minik is doing so much damage on this way. Volibear now turning the tower off. Flash is back up, uses the stun. Spirit Rush is there, but the Hoi takes the kill because that's going to land. Kui takes down a Raytar. Absolutely fantastic roam and a gank. 8-1 in kills now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you're looking at a 3k goal difference at 13 minutes, where 1.5k is in the lead for both the jungle and the ADC. It's going to be such a massive hill to climb for Afterlife at this point in time. Like, they have to really start saying, okay, guys, let's chill out for a bit. Let's not push up and stuff. Let's try and get some picks where we can.
Oh, comes in and the shotgun goes on too. But the Volibear is now here. Panda is having to run away. Ice Arrow procking the PTA. That's so much having been done. The second stun lands onto Panda. But Ice Arrow will go on a rampage. Hui now is in this lane. Banishos lands. Stun onto a Raytar from Ice Arrow. Minnick veers away and a double kill for the Volibear.
Yeah, very good. I don't know if Levity overstayed because he knew that his jungler was coming, or if it was just a genuine mistake. But either way, it worked out in their favor. 2 for 1. They are keeping up with the 3k gold lead, potentially even going to get this turret as well, which I believe will be the first one. So if they get this, then they get the feats of warfare. And who doesn't love some good feats?
Indeed, that's the first turret. That is, yeah, the feat of first turret. So that is upgraded boots for MadMen Origins.
It is, yes. Although generally speaking, most champions don't really want to go those upgraded boots until it's like the last thing that you get. There are some exceptions. I don't know for a fact what those exceptions are. I think one of them is Ashe.
Maybe Jin as well. Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Ari with the malignance, with the damage from the laser. Ignitar now fighting, gets stunned up by the Gnar. Reach now, gonna get a kill, and that will be 2-0 and 1-0 for Reach. And it is a solo bowler in the top lane. Ice Arrow now running up level 10 to level 9 on the Amumu.
Again, I really don't think that this Cho'Gath cares, in all honesty, about if he dies or not. The Cho'Gath really only cares about putting a bit of pressure on the map wherever he is, trying to get to that 2-3 items where he'll just become completely unkittable because it's Cho'Gath.
Yeah, he's fine. Levity now, walking straight into a charm. Winter's Bite just misses, and Arya using the Spirit Rush to get away. Brave from Levity. If the Arya had backup there, maybe something worse could have happened.
I wish I could see what other summoner the Lucian has.
Or do you see the Rift Herald now being taken? Barrier.
I don't understand the barrier.
If he gets bursted down, might save him in a pinch.
I do feel like in the situation cleanse would have been better, but hey.
Wait, I've just realised that the smaller frame on the champions is the E. And you see a Raytar now taking a stun and a knockup. Going to get absolutely Goomba stomped, and Ignitar takes the kill.
Yeah, very good crackdown on the onto a Raytar. But once again, it's just another way to try and get that momentum. Curly does miss the ultimate, which is unfortunate, but these things do happen. But yep, opening up more of the map with Shelly. They are also going to get this dragon as well, bringing them to a little bit more gold as well, and slowly but surely, MadMen are starting to claim more and more of this game.
Yeah. Why not? It's been quite clinical from the side of MadMen, hasn't it?
Yeah, there have been like one small little mistake.
Minute though.
Like,
Taking
yeah,
a lot
like
of damage. Oh, that was a curse, wasn't it?
I mean, it's just a slight overstay, to be honest. Like, you know that this now is going to have more movement, more damage than you. You just have to play a little bit more, just a little bit more safe. Just wait for those minions to come into turret range. And if the Gnar tries to fight you there, then you could potentially try to outplay.
Joe's already done all of his minion stacks.
Yep. That will possibly just means that he'll be starting to go into the jungle, get some stacks from there.
Oh.
True. Boo.
Reach now, go back in again. Gonna get that mega now. Will he use the ult? The ult comes up from the way, slowing him down just enough to dissuade from the ultimate.
Yeah,
Don't know if Reach has flash.
Yeah, it's just like too little, too late. You do need to try and find someone to stop this Gnar from split pushing. Because this Gnar is really strong at this point in time.
Yeah.
Possibly one of the stronger champions in this game.
Minik now, too scared to step out of the bush, but going to take a reset for what I think is going to. He's looking to buy a Horizon focus based on that build path. 20 seconds now on Atakan spawning in the bot lane. If we have a look at the vision for the MadMen.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can see the amount of wards that are already there. They pretty much have wards in every single crevice of that bottom jungle. They know exactly the movements of Afterlife. In fact, if they see the Gnar on coming up on this top side, they might potentially just try and burst it down as quickly as possible before the Gnar can even come in. Yep, which is what they're doing.
And Cho'Gath is going up to the top lane to match the Gnar.
Yep. They actually don't really know where this Amumu is. All they know is that the Amumu is not on the bot side, but they do see the Amumu now on top.
And they trade the Atakan for nothing.
For nothing, really. For a flash on the Cho'Gath, and that's it.
Yeah.
There is a little...
So, quickness now coming out from Dan. Levity does get caught. Ice Arrow running in to try and help his AD carry. Cho'Gath now there as well. The ult has been used by Ice Arrow to try and get himself some more health. Aratar gone down. Ice Arrow now going on to the MF and killing the MF. Double kill for the volley bear, and that is almost an ace for 0. Oh, but the Ahri now. The Ahri's in a very risky place. The charm lands onto the Cho'Gath. Not really the target that you want to go for.
No, not necessarily, but I believe that Ignitar was just trying to slightly delay the Ahri from going back, just so his teammates will be able to get that middle turret. It gives them a bit more pressure on the map as well.
The Cho'Gath are taking a lot of damage. Ignitar running away, gonna try and get under his tower, but he's turned it around onto the Ahri. The Ahri has had to walk away from the skirmish. Is that lockup lands? Oh, the fissure almost taking out the Ahri.
Yep. Just like I said, to be honest, slowly and slowly, this is getting more into Mad's hand. You see that the one real team fight that happened, it did go MadMen's favor, and quite dominantly as well. Then it just seems like they're trying to push more and more.
Dan now going to use the grand entrance to get out. Yeah, like it's been very like it's been very clinical from them.
Yep, it seems like they are going to go for their third dragon, one which they will be able to melt quite quickly with this Lucian having 2.5 items. 23 minutes as well.
4k gold difference, mid tower, mid tier 1 still up, bot tier 1 still up. As they're going to fight in this choke point. Rakan has been caught, the Glacial Fizzer misses, the Curse of the Sad Mummy onto 2, but there's no follow up. Ari gets caught by a Fisher in the back, uses Spirit Rush to get away. We see Ice Arrow on this backline now, the quickness has to be used by Dan to get away. Let's see, we'll see what happens on that backside. Ice Arrow goes legendary, going to chase the Amumu now, uses the bandage just for a little bit to stop the speed, and again a nice clinical fight. Ice Arrow maybe almost overstepping, but he's just so far ahead of that Amumu now that they can't stop him.
Yeah, and you also saw the amount of shield that the Volibear got from that Thunder Cord as well. It was nearly like a good 600 shield. It's insane. But again, you see there like MadMen go push forward really fast. Get
We see a little bit of a 1v1 again. Ignitar versus Reach. The ultimate has come out from Reach. This is the Fisher. Uses the silence and he goes on a killing spree now. Wow, what a turnaround from Ignitar.
But yeah, as I was saying, like on the side of Afterlife, it does feel a little bit discombobulated because that was like probably one of the better Misfortune ultimate opportunities that I've seen. But the Misfortune was absolutely nowhere near just because of the sheer pressure that the Volibear gives in these fights. Because of this Volibear getting so ahead so early, all this Volibear needs to do is show himself, and then the two carries just have to retreat.
Yeah. It's a bit of a rough one if you're the Ari and the Misfortune, because you see the Volibear charging towards you, and you don't want to be there anymore. But what do?
Lose.
Oh, Ice Arrow just immediately going to ult in onto Panda. Gonna keep going. Because of the Sad Mummy is used, there will be a shutdown now for the Amumu, not the person you want the shutdown onto. But the Lucian does take down the Rakan. Mega not almost there for Reach, but is he going to take it up beforehand? He will get taken down beforehand. A Raytar now onto Levity, but he's so low. Spirit Rush having to be used to get away. Hyde taking a double kill, but Kui having to walk away wounded. Poison Threat having 2 charges left on that Spirit Rush, but having to walk away as well as Ignitar puts the fist up.
Just a bit too overzealous at that point in time. Like, when you are in the lead by this much, you have to start telling yourself, let's take what's free. There is no point in trying to overforce like that, because all you're doing is you are potentially allowing a path back for your opponents to get back into the game. Because even though that fight went even with 3 kills on either side, that still benefits Afterlife more. Even if the shutdown went on to the Amumu, that Amumu can now still be able to frontline a little bit easier now because of that gold. It does mean that the damage that the Misfortune is doing is still not that much, but it's at least something.
Yeah.
You really just have to say, let's calm down. Let's not do that again. Let's just build on this pressure, and let's try and push. Throw this Afterlife team out and around, so that we can potentially go and get this Baron or this sell point very easily.
Yeah. So, 40 seconds until Dragon. Forty seconds until Dragon. Is this a Hail Mary from Rose Quartz?
Does seem like a Hail Mary. One which they are going to have to run away from, because of that Oracle lens. That was very well timed.
Can I just say, Braum has Braum until just a second ago had 69 vision score. I am a child.
No, Brom is a true gentleman. He would not do such things.
So, MadMen now starting off at what would be their soul as Minik is getting caught out. The teleport coming in from the Cho'Gath. Minik is playing dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge as he misses his own ult.
That was a very delayed. That was a very delayed ultimate.
It was, wasn't it? The Glacial Fissure comes out, lands onto Reach. The Mega is now available for Reach, but he gets popped just beforehand.
Yeah, there was nothing that they could do about it. There is also Soul going along the sides of MadMen as well.
Infernal Soul plus Hextech Drake just sounds rough. Oh,
yeah, it is still only one, but...
Ice Arrow had to try to flash for that. They didn't get the kill.
Yeah, that was more about sending a message, if anything. Just saying, I could if I wanted to.
But I held back.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very free and easy Baron for the side of MadMen as well. That's going to be like another 2,000 gold injected into the wallets of this red side. And honestly, I feel like they could just go down mid lane and just win from there. Just as long as no one goes too far in like last time.
Yeah. I will say though, you'll have to pardon a pun here, Joe, that Volibear has made this game unbearable to play for this immediate.
Yes, you have also seen Fasto's messages to
I
us.
have.
You are not original.
Ugh, what can I say? Everybody has their sources.
Speaking of bears, I am the polar opposite of you.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Glacial Fissure has come in and the culling is used, and Dan goes down again. Aratar uses the blast code to get himself back in, but the Ice Arrow takes another kill for 9, 1, and 9.
I don't think that was a retard that hit that hit the blast cone. I could be wrong, but I think that was one of the side of MadMen that did that. But either way, that is 2 kills on the side of MadMen, and quite honestly, I don't understand why they're not just using this pressure to win. Because 2 of the more annoying ultimates are taken off. You still have a good number of ultimates on your side. You could have just gone down mid lane and ended there.
I think they're trying to be clinical about it, make sure they're dotting their I's, crossing their T's. But I definitely see what you mean. They've got a lot of pressure. They've got the Baron buff. They need to use it. Baron up for 1 more minute. 6.3k power play.
Yeah, this has been a very good Baron for the side of MadMen. 8,000 gold up at this point in time. They are really trying to get this turret, but I do feel like that they are either going to try and end the game here, or they're going to wait until Elder Dragon.
But it looks like they're trying to end right now. Ignitar is just wailing onto Panda, flashes onto them, goes to the side by me, lands. Cho'Gath's gonna be able to take this for days. And now they've got this mid wave to put that they can push, that they can escort in as well. And it should be game as we see Levity taking a massive chunk out of poison threat with a press the attack proc. Bullet time used. Kui puts that shield up, is what we expected to see. Levity takes down Aratar. Ignitar taking damage. Reach is doing a lot of damage, but Ice Arrow does not go down because he ults away, and this will be game 1 in favor. Oh wait, no, they haven't gone. Hello. Okay, they're fine. They're managing to fight back. Ignitar goes unstoppable. Poison and threat goes into the middle of 3 of them, which is a bit brave. Double kill now for Ignitar. Volibear takes the last kill to go 11-1-11. 1-1-1-1-1.
Yeah, generally
very-
speaking of
Clinical game from
yeah,
Origin.
generally speaking, a very clean game. A little bit messy at the end there, but either way, a win is a win. It's definitely a very good thing to see, especially honestly a very good performance from Ice Arrow. 11 kills, 11 assists, 1 death, 22 KDA. And he was the one to really get his team up and running at that early stage. And honestly, there was really only one section in the game that was rather questionable, but that was really it. A very solid performance overall.
Yes, indeed. So, game 2. What do you want to see changed?
It's a very tough one, to be honest. Like, I feel like the side of Afterlife need to try and get a couple more wards down just to try and find out where where Ice Arrow is, so his ganks that got his team ahead at the start doesn't happen again. Because
Yeah.
really, that's like just from those like first 4 kills, the game just got further and further out of Afterlife's hand, and it then just got to a point where there was not really much they could do.
Yeah. Right. So, game 1 to the Origins, 1-0. We're going to take a small break, and when we come back, we'll bring you game 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going into the draft for game 2. Rose Quartz, Afterlife Gale, Rose Quartz have selected the red side this time to try and get a counter pick. Do they still have 3 bans down?
Yeah, I think it's if it's like old Valanth rules, I think it's only for the first game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the repercussions of a late lineup it depends on how late it is or something. I don't remember. I've never done it myself.
Is it 1 ban a minute?
You'll get no ban. You get no bans for it's 2 million years late.
Exactly. Right, we're going into draft now. Yeah. Right. Fearless
Woo.
draft. We cannot pick what we had last time. So, oh god, can I remember the quote? Cho'Gath, Volibear, Hui, Lucian, Braum, Na, Mumu, Ari, MF Rakan. All out of the pool.
Yes.
God, I can't believe I remember that.
Completely gone. You will not see them again.
If this was a WWE referee, you're out of here.
Yes, Royal Rumble. You've been eliminated. Get out.
Exactly. You went over the top rope.
Yes. Who do you think would have like the biggest banger of a theme song if they were in wrestling?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people would say Jinx.
Jinx? Yeah, I can see that.
But, all right, who would your John Cena be?
Oh my goodness.
I feel like it'd have to be Garen.
No, it wouldn't be Garen because every single time Garen's been in their cinematics and stuff, he's had his ass kicked.
That's true.
Pretty much
Hang
every
on.
single time.
Before we get back to this, Maokai, Nami, Zac, TF ban.
Yep,
And the
Caitlyn
Caitlyn
has
ban.
also been banned. I can understand that Caitlyn can be quite the nuisance with the amount of range that she does have. And it also means that you don't have to deal with Lux Caitlyn, Zyra Caitlyn, all that really oppressive lanes. Just get rid of like the main root of all of it.
Yeah. As you see now, what do you think they're gonna first pick?
Possibly some sort of AD, because for me, it's like as someone who used to play ADC, ADC is the hardest one to counterpick straight up. Like if you go something like a Varus first pick, what are the enemies supposed to pick?
Well, says Ronnie.
But they are going for the jungler first, which is
Brave, considering Trundle is up.
well, No, I wouldn't necessarily say it's brave. Like, if you have that much priority on jungle, fine.
Yeah.
I do know
Yeah.
that when I played with Isaro, it was one of Sejuani was one of his more played champions, so he does know how to go about the map on that ball. And we do see the Poppy coming out on the other side.
Yeah.
That was a
Poppy,
case of
Sejuani.
what do you pick? Xayah, fair enough. Xayah, a pretty damn safe champion, does have a pretty good spike in the mid game. Does fall off a little bit in late game.
Kaiserel, maybe we're looking at here?
I don't think so. I don't think you go Rel into Poppy, even if Poppy there's a chance that Poppy is not in bot side. You still don't want to pick it just in case. I would say.
Maybe the Kaiser, though. There's the Kaiser.
Kaiser, yeah, I at least agree on that. I do see Kaiser going well here, but possibly
But Poppy
something
could be
more
jungle
like
as well.
yeah, possibly something more like the Nautilus. I would say is better because even if the Poppy does stop you from getting, you're still pulling the Xayah closer to range.
See what they've got. They've got 2 seconds
Oh.
left. There's the Nautilus. Now, would you go here if you're Rose Quartz? Do you
Well-
go for something like Leona and put the Poppy jungle or top?
Yeah, I feel like now that you see what the bottom side is, you pretty much confirm that this Poppy is or is not in this support role by
Yeah.
what you pick here.
Yes.
I do feel like you have to go support no matter what. And if not, then yeah,
That's a Mundo jungle, maybe.
could be Mundo jungle, could be Mundo top lane.
Mundo
It
support?
does. No, absolutely not. Never in a million years.
Doctor, give him the cure. Anyway. Last 2 bands coming through. We're looking for mid and top
Mid and-
bands, maybe? Or
Yeah,
mid and
mid and top
support.
bands coming from the side of Afterlife, and you're possibly looking for primarily mid lane bands for MadMen because you know for a fact that neither of these champions will go mid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Silence, man.
just,
Very
yep,
nice.
just as I thought. Yeah, something that's mid lane, and yeah, you are wanting to go on the side of Afterlife. You're wanting to ban top lane champions that will give this Mundo a pretty tough time, all things considered. Because if you are picking it here, you're saying that you are allowing the counter to top. So it's just a very easy way to get the tougher matchups out of the way.
What do you think of picking on the side of MadMen like a Renekton? Like Renekton, Sejuani? Quite
Yeah,
standard.
Renekton Sejuani is good because it just means that Sejuani can get that instant proc on the E, I think it is.
Yes.
Yes.
The permafrost.
It is good, but like, is it good for the overall team? I don't think so.
And we got a Victor ban coming through.
Yeah, just like I said, ban the champions on the one lane that you know for a fact does not have any flexes in it to make it harder.
See where they go. See where they pick here now. It'll have to be a support or a jungle here, I would say.
I don't think so. I think you can go mid.
All right, so Talia.
Because then this means that you still have that flexibility for your last one.
Do you go something like Annie here? I've been seeing it pop up again. In like, I'm comparing a Valanth to Pro League, but
It really depends. In terms of Curly, I know he plays a lot of Azir. I think this is one of his better champions.
This is pretty good here, to be fair. Zoe.
Okay, interesting.
I actually think the Azir was a good shout here, to be honest.
Possibly just wanting to try and throw something out the works, something which the side of Afterlife were not expecting.
Mm.
And also, if you think about it, like when the Talia puts up her walls and stuff, so we can use that wall to her advantage.
Yeah. Pretty. Wow.
Nessus. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So it seems like if Mundo is top lane, it seems like you are just looking at two champions that are just going to farm, that might sort of pat each other on the head a little bit,
Wet noodles.
and yeah, and then go their separate ways.
Yeah, they're gonna say hi.
Separate ways. Very good Journey song, by the way.
Oh, there we go. Trundle.
And then there is the Trundle as well. I
Which-
generally have absolutely no clue what the side of Afterlife are meant to do in a team fight.
I mean, they've got. Well, I don't know, to be honest. They've kind of got front to back there.
And also on the side of MadMen, I don't know. It seems like both of these teams want to primarily split push.
Yeah. They kind of just want a vibe.
Yeah. And that's going to be going to be some really boring viewing. But going back to
You know
your
what?
question, going back to your question about which champion would be the John Cena, I think I've got the one. It's got to be
Go on.
Tarek, right?
Ooh, I see. Oh, yeah, because Super Cena, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I see it. Okay, if we're going down this road, who is your Randy Orton then?
Are we talking about current Randy Orton or legend?
Oh, okay, no. Okay, we'll do current, but we'll also do 09
Okay.
fucking feral Randy Orton.
I think it's a tough one because the way that they're showing Darius at this point in time, but Darius seems more like current Randy Orton to me because
I see it.
Yeah.
it. All right. What about feral Randy Orton?
feral Randy Orton is that what we're calling him?
Well, I don't know what else to call him. Mr. Angarusha's inside the ring. Angarusha's outside of the ring.
Yeah, that is so. Oh yeah, that is also true. Yeah, taking a dump in a diva's handbag.
Yeah. Who we got? Who we got for 09 Randy Orton?
Oh man, I've got to really think about this one. What are your thoughts? Oh, wait.
Go on.
Would Kled fit the most?
Well, just for everyone's purpose, we are going into a draft here as well because of different client in the actual client and stuff like that. I feel we need someone who would be so petty.
It's a very hard one because I was also because I was thinking like Draven would be a very good fit, but then I realized no, Draven's Mr. Kennedy.
That's pretty good, actually. Oh wait, Garen could be Triple H.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm also just doing the bone duel as well as we wait, because we know where everyone is going at this point in time. We've already spoken about the actual games themselves.
Yeah.
Or, the compositions. It's going to be very wacky, and I cannot wait for it. But it's going to be very slow.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of scaling we're gonna be waiting for. All right.
Yeah.
So back to it. Feral Randy Orton as a League of Legends champion.
It's a very tough one.
Hey, if anybody in chat's got an opinion on who 09 Randy Orton would be as a League of Legends champ, that'd be grand. Alright, next one, I guess. Shawn Michaels.
Oh man, again, that's like
I think that'd be
two
an
very
Ezreal.
different ones as well. Oh yeah, the younger.
As in the one
Big.
that super kicked Marty Jannetty.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one
I
is
see.
that one's 100% Israel.
Yeah.
Like very
But
full of
later on.
himself.
Oh, wait, no, Triple H is Graves.
Graves.
Just the beard, innit? The Big Show's Dr. Mundo.
Well,
Where is the Big Show? What else we got? Who's Joe Hendry?
Joe Hendry is Joe Hendry.
He cannot be defined.
Exactly.
Alright, here's one. China.
China. That's got to be a Lowy.
Actually, I see it. Or Ambessa.
Yeah, and Bessa also fits because most of the League of Legends women are not very muscular.
Yeah.
Like there was this whole thing that Nikki Boy did, which was guess this champion,
Yeah.
and like like there were two options that were Cassiopeia, and you wouldn't be able to know. I will say that,
Ash is Charlotte Flair.
yeah, I can see that. There needs to be more variation
Yeah.
in the females of female champions of League of Legends, because you could fit so many together in one, and it's like, who is this? Really, only the stand-up ones are Bernata, Talia,
Mm.
and Bessa, because muscular, and then
Yeah.
Alawi.
Mm.
I mean, Cassiopeia is different, but if you just take her top half, well,
Yeah.
either way, about 2 more minutes until we actually get into game.
What other,
And you told me
oh,
which team has
Hornswoggle.
Oh my! I mean, that's just Teemo, isn't it?
It could be Tristana. Any
No.
Yordle. Actually, yeah, no, he's a little shit in it. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Jonas, don't find me. Don't find me.
Oh wait, Jonas is finding people for swearing. Hey, Jonas, fuck you. Either way,
Oh, well,
you gave me the question last time on which team you think has the advantage. I'm going to give the same question to you now because these teams more or less want to do the same sort of thing, really.
All right,
Which
at
is,
3
I
items.
don't know.
All right, I can't really say anything like that. At 3 items, I'm hoping. Oh, it's so weird because I feel like I'd switch champions in each comp. Like if it was Talia, if Talia was on MadMen, I think MadMen win because Nasus just scales. Kai'Sa scales really nicely into it and will have a lot of targets to hit with the Mundo. Zoe's the odd one out in that comp for me. I don't like the Zoe in that comp.
But
Like,
again, I feel like you need to have a champion that does not fit
yeah,
the overall plan, because again, you need to have some sort of plan B or plan C so that you can go back into plan A when things go back to even level.
I think Afterlife win this one. I think we'll get a 1-1.
The thing for me is, if this Zoe is smart and has good reactions,
It is curly.
the Zoe can ult when the Poppy ults, so the Zoe gets knocked back and goes straight back
Yeah.
to where she casted.
Yeah, but like I said, it is curly.
Yeah. But again, it's one of those, like, if it happens, absolute crazy man. I was about to say madman, but he's already a madman because he's in MadMen.
Can I just say, can we report Dan for probably the worst poppy skin?
I don't even know which one that is.
I think it's like the WoW one. It's like the Crusader one.
Crusader? What a
Yeah.
quest.
All right. Any interesting Conqueror on the Trundle, which is interesting. Usually you see more of a PTA build.
Yeah,
Electrocute.
I think that this Trundle just knows that if there are going to be any team fights, they're going to be very long, very slow fights.
Which they definitely will be.
Yeah.
Oh, Ignitar's looking for it. Oh,
Nice little hit there with the Q, getting the ward down as well. I do believe that the other Tar in this game is going to try and get something down, which they do.
Poison Threat is here though, and Kui is going to get caught out. Another Paddle Star will land on the Poison
Yeah,
Threat. That's a significant amount of damage on the Poison
Yeah.
Threat.
and the Atelier has to stay as well because of it.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage. Will there be an Electrocute proc? So, Minik now has a lot of pressure in this lane. Oh my god. This is absolutely brutal. That's an Electrocute proc taking down to about 10%.
It's crazy that Curly has so much mastery on this champion because I don't think I've ever seen him actually play it.
I have a friend of mine who has over a million mastery points on Zoe.
What rank are they?
At peak, I want to say P1. Oh, Dredgeline lands, but the W is through. The level 2 land hits first for Levity and Kui, whose PC is no longer Queasy, which is quite nice. Because he gets to play with his team.
You're just stealing jokes, aren't you?
Yep.
Nearly got that route, but I think that would have put the Nautilus in a not so fun area to go with. So honestly, it's probably very good that missed.
Indeed. Now, Reach is telling Ignitar that the Doctor is in and doing quite a bit of damage with his cleavers.
Now the
Notice
thing
how
is
it's
that
a
Dr.
pun.
Mundo doesn't have any patience, so he's trying to make a patient out of Nessus.
Correct. This is just going to be a lot of puns, isn't it? Going to get a demolished prop, which is counterintuitive to being a doctor, considering doctors try to repair things, not break things down.
Well, something has to be broken for you to repair it in the first place.
Yeah.
And it is quite funny because as a Nessus, you do have to play the patient game anyway.
That's doing quite a bit of damage onto Reach. The Wither has now been used. The Ghost comes out from Reach, but it's gonna get. Is it gonna be plus 12? It is plus 12.
First blood on the Nessus, being able to go and get the stacks from these minions as well before he recalls. It's
Oh, Queen, you don't want that Dreadline to hit.
yeah, that is probably the best start that you can think of when it comes to this champion, but has
He does have no mana though, and Sejuani and Trundle are both in the area. The Pillar of Filth will be available. The Dreadline lands onto Dun, and Dun Queen takes the onto Dun. The Pillar of Filth now used from Aratar. The Cleavers are landing onto Ice Arrow, who has to flush away. Ignitar now running away as well, ghosting away. A very, very nice stun from Ice Arrow to save his top laner.
And also got the slow on the Mundo as well. So there was CC on both of those red team champions.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Oh, that's a brave teleport. The Q is now there from Ice Arrow, and the Pillar of Filth has to be used to dissuade that engage. Nasus teleport back into top lane with a Sheen, so that's going to be a hell of a lot of damage coming out now as soon as he hits a Q.
And also much easier to hit Qs as well because of that.
Hmm.
I don't even know what the right build on Mundo is, so...
Oh.
Triple built into Warmarks.
That sounds rough. So Ice Arrow's in this bot lane. Kui is making himself look like a juicy target. Kai'Sa gets immediately stunned into the wall. Flash root onto Panda. He has to flash away, and that is a kill. Blue MadMen Origins have defeated Warfare. Very nicely done.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. The big issue there was the fact that Kai'Sa had already pulled back her feathers onto no one, so there was no real way for the Kai'Sa to stop any of those people being able to actually get onto her. Which, whilst the Xayah does survive, it doesn't mean that that her support does die because of it. So what we thought was going to be a somewhat boring and slow game, there's already 3 kills within 6 minutes. Which is still 1 kill every 2 minutes, which isn't the best thing in the world, but it's still something. And we also do see first dragon being taken as well.
1,500 gold lead in 6 minutes for the side. I have got 1,500. I had to double check my maths there. For the side of MadMen Origins, a Drake and 3 kills is very, very nice. It's a very, very nice start. 75 stacks on the Nasus already as well.
Yeah,
Queen's stepping up now.
Good.
Dunn gets rooted again. Yeah, I mean, what are we looking at? I think at like 25 minutes he should be on about 400 or 500.
It is always a little bit slower at the start as well, because you haven't got the points in the queue, so there isn't as much cooldown.
Oh, the Dredgeline lands onto the AD carry, but nothing can be done.
Yeah, once again, just one of those, hey, I can do it, so I did. You better
Hey, I
think
just met
carefully.
you. And this is crazy. Here's my Dredgeline. So go down maybe? Done now. Taking
So
quite a bit of damage.
maybe? Oh no.
Hmm?
Yeah, there's it's just like I said at the start, you know, Levity and Kui are a very strong duo. They will get a lead if you allow them to. Like even just the smallest of missteps could potentially be your downfall.
Indeed. Yeah. MadMen gonna shove this into tower and then get their reset off. What item are we looking at for this Kai'Sa?
I mean, it's what that it could potentially be.
DP Trouble Bubble lands onto the trundle. That's whoa!
Lot of damage.
Bloody hell! Okay, that's so much damage. Whoa, that was oh, that was a spicy meatball, as it were.
Yep, and that is Zoe without an actual item completed. Fun, isn't it?
I love Zoe. I hope Zoe wins.
Man, I always love these mid lane champions that press 2 buttons and then my HP bar disappears.
All right, well that
So fun and interactive.
much fun. Big wow.
Yes.
All right, and that's the second objective, I believe, for the side of MadMen, because they took the first Drake. I mean, they need one more objective, and they will have the feats.
Yep, which I don't remember what the name of it is called. All I know is that it's feats. Feet of monsters or something, correct?
Feat of monsters, feat of warfare. As we see, Ice Arrow now. The stun's going to be spell immune, but the ultimate is there. Nasus now might go look for the plus star, but the ghost has come out from the Mundo, as well as the ultimate. He's going to get healing. He went into Super Cena mode. Kai'Sa now maybe looking to go. Oh, the dredge line gets woven through. Tunnel here now with the Pillar of Filth. The feathers have been let loose. Kui cannot get out. He has no flash. And Areta has taken Kui down for Rose Quartz's first kill of the game. And now they're looking to dive. Natalia does have the Weaver's Wall. They're going to use it, and Levity is going to go down as well. A very, very nice trade in that bot lane, and they're going to look to take down this tower. Well, take down more of this tower.
I really don't think Talia had to come down for that. I feel like Talia could have potentially just pushed in the mid lane and then recalled, especially if the Poppy was going to burn the flash anyway in order to knock the Kaiser into the wall itself. I think it's just a little bit silly. But either way, it's like an absolute guarantee this is, no, you are dying here.
Yeah. 400 gold lead for the side of MadMen. Not quite as significant as the last game. But staying in this one.
Crazy. If anything, it's actually a little closer than what it was previously, because I believe MadMen had like 5 kills before Afterlife even had 1.
Well, they were at 1.5k gold ahead until that fight that just happened, to be fair.
Yes. And also, even with the slightly shakier start, MadMen are still somewhat in the lead. The goal is still in their favor. Not the worst thing in the world.
That's just now almost at 200 stacks. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. They can still scale into this. The window is in an okay spot. NASA's now at 198 stacks.
Getting
11 minutes.
Getting closer and closer to that goal. The natural lifesteal from Nasus as well just means that he can stay in lane for more prolonged periods of time if he so wishes.
He just got mana issues right now, which is the big thing. As we see, that I believe is the 3rd objective. Right? Yeah. Yeah, 3rd objective because they got the first 2 drakes, and the grubs. Queen's playing very aggressively, not scared to step up into this Poppy.
Yeah, if you know where the enemy jungler is, you're more than fine to do that. I don't know if they know where the Trundle is or not. Kraken Slave first, so potentially going into either Gwynsos or Nash's maybe.
Probably more a Gwynsos. You want that attack speed as well before you get the Nashes.
The way this Nasus is probably going to get the first plate up there. He does, potentially getting 2.
He will get 2 indeed. As you see that, that's a lot of damage from Reach. Reach went Heartsteel first, but that healing from the Fleet plus the Q lifesteal is through. Yeah, I mean, not much to comment on in the top lane.
Yeah, top lane jamboree right there. Just slapping each other, like I said.
Yeah, things are going into the brush. Might be a little bit risky for him. As he keeps taking these cleavers. We've just been very, very good with them.
Yeah, the game has slowed down within the last few minutes or so. They did see that the Trundle was topside, so they can be a bit more aggressive here.
Reach now, fighting again. The ultimate comes through, and Ignitar takes his 2nd kill against Reach. Very, very simple.
Very simple, and also, to be honest, the fact that this Nasus is now going to get even more free stacks from the minions, got the stack from the window as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Nasus is going to be scary.
Trundle just going to sit there and start taking some more attack. Arraytar going to go down, but who's going to get the kill? Is it going to be plus 12? It will be plus 12. Now Dan also going to go down. The depth charge has been used. The Weaver's Wall is here. The Zoe in the area. First tower goes down from Ignitar. Levity takes down Dun.
Yeah, very, very good from both sides of the map for MadMen. Getting a few kills, 1 turret. They basically got all 3 feats of war with no real issue. They basically said, "Hey, 2 isn't enough for us. We're going to get all of them right now."
And now it's a 3k gold lead, almost 2.6k gold lead.
Yeah, 2.5, 2.6, close enough to that sort of area. But you do see that there is that sort of slight lull where it becomes even, and then you see this absolute tidal wave of blue coming up.
Nami's not in this game, Joe.
Oh, I mean, she can be. You might just not see her.
Gonna trade now for this top tower, although the Nasus is here. The Wither has been used. Spell immune is there. The stun from the auto attack comes through. Reach is gonna go down. Has to use the ultimate. That's a lot of healing. Ignitar now looking for his plus 12.
Bonk.
Bonk indeed. 3 stacks for Ignitar now. 4
15
and
minutes as well.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you're MadMen, you're saying to yourself, hey, we don't even need to play this game anymore. Let's just put pressure on the map so this Nasus can split push to win.
Yep. Oh, the teleport's coming through.
Genuinely
This is a
speaking-
brave teleport, considering. Okay.
MadMen also get the Rift Herald from that as well, so that's 2 turrets, the Rift Herald, even more kills, being more aggressive on the spot side as well. Nothing actually coming from it, but once again, just sending a message that you know you are out of position. I can and will hit this.
It's like when you're in Little League and your mum says, or your dad says, let them know you're there.
Yeah, exactly. And then your son just absolutely clocks.
Yeah, exactly. He won't do that again, will he?
I let
Or
him know I'm
Ignitar's
there.
actually gonna get- Yeah, exactly. He doesn't
Yeah,
get
but
got a pillar of filth.
Don't
Does
Into
come
the
out.
poor boy.
The ultimate comes through. The petal isn't going to do anything, Ignitar. Araita, the healing is saying, oh my god.
Da, 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 da.
Oh my god. Super Nasus absolutely demolishes that 2v1. And he could probably take reach if he really wanted to as well. Land goes down as well, and Ignitar goes dominating 6-0-0. It's 3k gold lead in 17 minutes individually.
Yeah, Nasus has come into that raid boss territory within
Yeah.
17.
Oh, Panda's getting dove. Panda's getting dove. Killer Instinct does get used.
So yeah, it's not dead.
Queen. Oh! Queen! Buffers the dredge line! Poison threat. Poison threat go down. Poison threat does go down. The glacial tomb does get used. Double kill now for Levity and Queen. Queen
Yeah,
was
at
making
this
the
point.
other team feel queasy.
At
Yes,
this
he's
point,
dead.
I think it's straight up game over. Nasus comes down to the bot side, gets those 2 turrets as well.
Bad. Queen committed a crime and got away with it.
Some say that he is a killer queen.
He is, and he made the other team feel queasy with his sidesteps.
Yes, once again, stealing my jokes.
Correct. I'm nothing if not consistent.
That is true. A thief is a thief, but at least this thief is one that understands his place.
Exactly, and Ignitar is taking his place as the rightful Lisan al-Ghaib,
Sure.
bringing peace and prosperity to the Rift by eliminating the other team.
Yeah, exactly. Because after all, the only way to peace is by murdering everyone else.
That's Sun Tzu, isn't it?
Sun Tzu was more like seek to irritate your opponent.
Let them think they have won, only to take it
Exactly.
from them. Oh,
Oh. He's
going for it.
enemy like you have already won.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I feel like Swain quotes Sun Tzu, right? It's like, they are only 5 steps away from knowing that they are 10 steps behind or whatever it is.
I do
At
find
least-
it. Oh,
The Dredge line lands onto the Trundle. Eraser gonna go down. Absolute gets ganked. The Keeper's Verdict used onto one. Dad goes down. Oh! From downtown. Reach now having to run away. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble. He doesn't walk into it. The Ghost is used. The spell immunity comes back up. Minnick kills Reach. 8k gold lead in 20 minutes, and it's only going to go even higher because that Nasus has 500. Okay, maybe I lied about 25 minutes, 500. He's already got 500. All right. So, Mr. Colorcaster,
Yes.
what do Rose Quartz have to do to get back into this?
Nothing. It's generally speaking, this is one of those games where MadMen have to throw it so goddamn hard that it's like impossible to think about. Because you tried to 1v2 the Mundo, not the Mundo. You tried to 1v2 the Nasus, and you lost. You have had two like sort of team fight-ish things that have occurred, and you've lost. Very hard.
So, you played with some of these players.
Yes.
Before, though.
Yeah. On the side.
Any of them have throwing
Mad-
tendencies?
Not necessarily. Like Icero is one of those people to try and keep people composed, keep people on target, which is quite ironic given what he did last game. Ignichar is very chill as well. Doesn't really speak up a crazy amount. Just sort of says what people need to hear. Just says, hey, I'm here. I'm doing this. Blah blah blah.
Alright.
Early is definitely more talkative, especially for more positive aspects of things. Something which every team needs, especially when you have someone like me on your team who's a absolute rager.
Right, let's look at these items quickly. Nasus, Spirit Visage, Frozen Heart, as you see a little bit of a skirmish coming through. Ignitar's absolutely just dumping on Reach. Oh my god. Gonna try and take a 2v1. Arita probably gonna go down.
Yeah, this didn't work well when
Dan now
Nasus
gonna
was
be at
the throw.
Victor number 2. Wither should come through now. Yep, there's the Wither. Ignitar doing so much damage. Panda having to use their feathers, as we just see the tier 3 in the bot lane just getting siege.
Like, you see how many people have to come up just to deal with this Nasus.
Oh, he's
And
still going.
Yeah, the amount of pressure that he's causing, like someone just died on the bot side because they're alone. The amount of pressure that this Nasus is bringing makes it so easy for the rest of his team to be able to go and get turrets, get inhibitors.
Look at that. Look at that damage he's doing to the towers as well. This is just nasty. Yeah. This reminds you, do you remember when Khan played Nasus at Worlds? This reminds you of that.
Which worlds was that?
It was when Khan, it was Longzhu Gaming. So it was like 2016, I want to say?
I don't think I was watching the League Pro scene at that time. I think the first worlds I
Oh!
saw... Yep, that is damage.
That is Damaggio.
But yeah, as I was saying, the first worlds I saw was when Fnatic got into the final.
2019.
2019, yeah. Well, no,
I
that
went
was
to the set.
2019, was it?
Yeah. Or 18, one of those. Because I remember, because I was at the semi-finals. I watched IGFPX in Madrid.
Yeah, no, it was very fun to watch. I remember I was actually working. I've just been informed that Nasus has 600 stacks, 609 specifically, before 25 minutes. That queue is going to hurt.
Yeah. Dr. Mundo, you. Wow.
And that's before the ultimate as well, when Nasus gets even more rapey.
I don't think Mundo's done his surgical residency to try and fix that Nasus damage.
No, I don't think so.
He needs some Grey's Anatomy level plot armor
Yeah.
to try and save this game.
This feels like trying to do open heart surgery after you've had 28 bottles of beer.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
doable? Sure.
Yeah. 5k up individual, well, almost 5k up individually, 11k up as a team. as they're just gonna two-man this Baron now.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
at least 1,000 gold over their respective opponents.
Yeah, very, very, very clinical again from the side of MadMen Origins.
Yeah, I will say, looking on this side of MadMen, last game it was the jungle and the ADC that were very far ahead, and now it's the top in the ADC that are now very far ahead. And in the first game, sure, there was a lot of jungle presence in that bot lane. There wasn't really that much this game.
Yeah. Never
But
seen
no
Queen
matter
just
what-
put that lane on their back, so I thought, you know what, screw it, we're doing
Yeah.
it.
And in the time that we were talking, this is starting to feel like it is going to be an absolute stomp on how things go. There still can be a possibility.
Reach
of
is just getting
Afterlife coming
format.
back into
Keeper's
this.
Verdict comes through, Killer Instinct gets used, Levity goes godlike, Sleeping Trouble gets missed, Ignitar goes legendary. The feathers have been let loose, double kill now for the Kaiser. Triple kill now for the Kaiser. Minnick flashing forward, Kui using that shield as we see, oh, 15k gold lead, the teleport comes through, and that is a 2-0 for the side of MadMen.
Yeah,
Well
generally
done.
speaking, a very, very dominant set of games. You can certainly see why this team is one of the better ones in this division. The reason why they are joint first, possibly even at this point sole first, until the other two teams play their games.
Wow, that was that game was. Whew.
Yeah, that was certainly something. We do have an interview with the MadMen top player, Mr. Ignuto. So please bring him
That
in
felt very
when you
regal the way
can.
you pronounced that, Joe. Felt very regal,
Well,
very
just
pharaoh like.
just listen to me. I am regal.
You are pretty William Regal.
Maybe. Either way, hello, Mr. Ignuto. Long time no see.
Hello, Joe Henry. How are you?
That is me. I am. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Just sort of chilling on my day off.
Very good, very good. Same, I guess. Been chilling on
Yeah.
this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, like the first real question is who let the dogs out?
I think I let the dogs out, and I think the team was not very trusting, but I trust them in myself, and I showed them that I'm the guy that runs the bitch. So
Well,
here we are.
when you have a previous, Division 1 finalist 2 times in a row coming down into Division 3, I think anything can happen, to be honest.
I don't know what to say to that one. Yeah, I think to be fair, I think Reach was super good. I am very impressed. I don't know. I think he just took a blind and didn't expect me to play cheese, maybe, and he chose wrong.
So we have something from Kui saying, I believe Levity and Kui are saying that it's a bit dubious you saying that they didn't like your pick. He said, pick what you think is best, apparently.
He did. With 4 seconds to go, I let the dogs out.
I will say that this does put you at sole first at this point in time. The other two teams that were on 4 wins and still at this point in time, Mug Machines and Celestial Light. Celestials having beaten you in the first round.
See,
Yep. I believe this also locks you into playoffs.
probably that sounds great. That means I can go on holiday.
Yep. Now,
That-
in terms of the other team, Mug Machines, when do you face them?
I have no clue who's on the team.
You
I'm
face
gonna be
them
honest.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I pay no attention. I just show up on match day and then I play.
Oh, fair enough.
Who's on this team? Windman, Go Boom. I don't know any of these players. Can you give me a rundown, please, Joseph?
No. I don't
Fuck.
I don't know anything about this current Valanth because I'm no longer in Valanth. So I'm literally coming into every single cast blind. I don't know.
Great.
Yeah, like I didn't even know who was on the MadMen Div 3 team until I saw the lineup today.
Then I think you and I should you should be casting all my games because we're literally going into games equal. I think that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, no, that makes absolute perfect sense.
All right. Well, no, I don't know about them. The only thing I know is that Celestial's gonna think it's gonna be an easy turn, but I think I'm gonna do what I did to Beak last time, and then hopefully my team does not run it down to angry volley bear, and then we win the game. Yes.
Yeah, I will say that you are currently on a win streak because your only loss was in the first round.
Yes.
Did that sort of set the expectations of like, oh, maybe this won't be as easy as we originally thought?
No, I think we very much knew that Celestial was on a higher level than the rest. I think all of the players on that team is very well respected, at least some of them.
I don't even know who's on the
Uh,
team.
well, they have Dean, and they have Beak, and they have a new guy called Phantom, and someone called Warbase, and then they have Towie. So I think part
Okay.
of them is really good. I think part of them is mediocre. And then I just hope to do what I did last time, and then our macro just has to be better. I'm sure we'll win.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
maybe Beak will get to see the dog opposite. I don't know if he's ever done that. Normally he's the dog whisperer.
have you got any more questions, Dash?
Mm, who in playoffs are you looking forward to most facing,
Celestial.
apart from Celestial?
I want to smash Pat again. All love to Pat, but I want to smash Pat again because it's like a history thing that I always ruin his playoff run. So I'm looking forward to playing him soon.
All right.
Mm.
And with that, we say thank you to Iknatar. Very, very nicely played in the top lane. That assist was you really did get the dogs out.
Cheers. Have a nice evening, guys.
You too.
Yeah, have a good one. Now
All
we
right.
all Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, that is our only interview for today. Very well played, two madmen. Commiserations to Afterlife. I do hope that this does not bring you down too much. There are still a lot of things you can learn from this series, and hopefully you can improve. And we will see you at some point in the playoffs.
Indeed. Thank you very much for casting with me today, Joe. And as you
It
said,
was
and
something to do today.
but okay. Well, you know what? I feel like that's a compliment. I don't know, to be honest. But as Joe was saying with his inspirational speech, lose is improve, right?
Yeah, like if you if you lose and you feel like it's an end all be all situation, then that defeatist attitude is going to get you nowhere. You have to be
Exactly.
willing to understand that even in such even in these sort of losses, if you just look at the early game, see where to improve from there, that will have such a massive difference going forward. But either way, uh, a very dominating series from Mad Men. Hope to see the same thing on Thursday and on Monday. And in terms of my part here, I'm done.
As am I. Thank you very, very much. Have a good evening, everyone.
See you Thursday. Maybe I will.